the manager of the cluster program, and this session is an attempt to introduce to you what we call itineraries, thematic itineraries in the Expo 2015. Itineraries in the site, but also outside the site. Today we have seen, thanks to the agreement we have signed, that there are itineraries that go beyond the Expo site where the exhibition will take place, but they can reach up to Trieste, the capital of coffee. And therefore, during the life of our Expo, there will be the possibility of knowing these territories. And I think also you that will be here in Milano for 6 months, maybe you can try to reach that beautiful place and have maybe some days within the Trieste initiatives, the exhibition that was announced this morning. We can go with the slides. I think why we are saying that the clusters are an innovative feature of Expo Milano 2015, because it is the first time that there is an attempt to gather countries around a thematic element related to the major theme of the exhibition. Our Universal Exposition is dedicated to food, agriculture, sustainability, and well-being of people and peoples as well. So when we were building up our models of participation, we decided to dedicate the areas for the country that could not or did not want to build their own pavilion, as you know, 53 countries will do during Expo Milano 2015. We proposed to group countries around a theme related to agriculture, nutrition, sustainability. We made 15 proposals. We circulated amongst the countries during the first international participants meeting that was in 2011, and then we reached 9 clusters at the end. It was a big discussion. We had also the proposal of a cluster of milk, a cluster of the great, the major river basins. A number of proposals came, but at the end, countries decided to have the 9 clusters that have 3 important characteristics. The theme, so the core of the cluster is the theme. This morning we heard about it. The second important thing is that the cluster is a village, is live village, lively environment where there are, in the village there are the citizens, and then they are all individual homes, they are individual houses. Therefore, each participating country will have its own space, no longer a joint pavilion where you have a kind of stand, but a village where you have your own pavilion. And the third characteristic is that there are, like in a village, there are public spaces, public areas. Public areas generally have 4 characteristics in our cities, like here in Milano. Now, if we are here, we see that we have in Milano, you see at your right, there is Farinella, there you eat. So there is spaces where you could taste the products. Then you have another area where you can buy things. You can buy the products that are related to the theme of the cluster. Then you have this space. This is a space for exhibitions. So sometimes here you have an exhibition, so there will be an exhibition dedicated to the cluster. And then there will be a fourth function that is events. Here, today there is an event, we could have many other events. So the idea has been this one. A long path, because we started, as I was saying, in 2011, tried 2010, and then in 2011 we had the International Participants Meeting, and you see here, we developed we developed the cluster concepts, the 9, the 15, then it became 9. We worked out with the countries, we worked out how to make them possible, and then we started to have working groups for each cluster. Since 2012, we had working groups. In the afternoon, you know that there is an important meeting, you are all invited, of course, with the working group of the coffee cluster. And the working group is the third working group of the coffee cluster. And we had 20 working groups with the countries participating in the cluster, plus one big meeting last year in February where all the participants in the clusters were convening in Bergamo. We have to think that at the end of our, at the opening on the 1st of May, there will be 80 countries living in these clusters. And today, we received 2 or 3 requests to be included again in the cluster. So we might reach a very high number of participation. So it is a success because we didn't expect so many countries. This year I started with 70. Our target was 70 countries. Now we have reached 80. Most likely we are going to reach 82 or 83. What is important is that it is a work together. We started with an idea. We worked it out with the University of Milano to help us to give the scientific contents. We worked with the countries because we had the international meetings, we had the working groups. Then we prepared the guides and the guidelines, and then Ili Caffè came on board. And then here now the village has all the protagonists. We have these 5, 6 protagonists because we have universities, the countries, the organizer, Ili, and all the contributing. We have the exhibition of Sebastião Salgado. So it is a real, the cluster is really is interesting, is innovative because it is a very clear example of what is an expo. Expo is something that is developed together in common. We are together building up the cluster, and this was the work we have. Tomorrow we have the international participant meeting, and the last before opening. So these are the nine clusters. They are located, as you see, 6 of them. Those dedicated to food chains are in the avenue of the world. So entering the site, the visitor will walk along the avenue of the world, what we call the Cumanus, from our ancient Romans that built their cities with these 2 main axes. The Decumanus is the longer, and here, and then here is 1 mile, so 1,600 meters. For those of Milano, it's Corso Buenos Aires. So if you want to try to make a trial, if you are fit to visit, to walk in the cluster, you go to Corso. And then you walk along, and you see that if you can make it, because we shall only walk inside the club, inside the site. Back a moment. And then the other 3 are up. You see they are on the Decumanus. We have rice, cocoa, coffee. Then up we have spices and fruits, and then we have cereals and tubers. And then we have 3 other clusters that are up there, near the Lake Arena, where there are the 3 clusters that are more thematic, because we are talking about the agriculture and nutrition in arid and semi-arid regions. Many of your countries are expert in that, but there are a number of countries that are there, some of them are here. Then we have islands, sea and food. You know that more and more small island states are becoming important in the world. There are specific issues to tell us, and much more they have the enormous resource that the sea and oceans are, so there is a lot of stories there. And then we have the Bio-Mediterranean. The Bio-Mediterranean is called with this strange name, Bio-Mediterranean, because at the beginning we didn't want to do it. Though we are in Italy, we are in the Mediterranean, we didn't want to move away from geographical gatherings, so we decided to have something related to the theme. But some countries wanted it, particularly Lebanon was insisting to have the Mediterranean, because Mediterranean is not geographical area. Mediterranean is a message, is an encounter of civilization, of religions. There is the Mediterranean diet, so we couldn't but accept the proposal, so we have this last cluster. How we built them, how we constructed them. We constructed them saying that these 9 clusters belong to the world. So we called 18 universities, we contacted 18 universities and high institution of learning, and we asked them from all over the world, from Asia to the Americas and Africa and Europe and Oceania, and then we asked them to come to Milano. We had a workshop of 3 weeks, and then they were grouped according to their knowledge. Of course, India provided a university that worked for the spices cluster. So we had a number of countries that came, and then of course Brazil couldn't but contribute to develop the concept, the architectural concept of the clusters. And so we, as you know, most of you know that we developed 9 different models, 9 different concepts. So the 9 clusters will be completely different from the architectural point of view. Won't be joint pavilion, but will be unique architectural designs. And so you see how many people, where we have 40 professors, we develop 127 students, and we develop 3 concepts for each cluster, so 27 concepts. Then, at the International Participants Meeting of 2012, countries decided, we made an exhibition with the models, and countries decided with the renderings, and countries say, oh, this is better than this, because, and then we discussed it. Sometimes there could be also some merging of the 3 concepts, and at the end we had 9 concepts that were engineered, and then they were assigned. As was mentioned this morning, the cluster is about 4,400 square meters, and there will be a large common area designed for individual exhibition, and there will be 10 countries hosted there. This is the kind of neighborhood. This is somehow is a render, but in the afternoon you will have the real taste. It's like coffee. Yeah? Now it's kind of I'm giving you a bit of the smell that you can perceive, but in the afternoon you will have a lot more. I think there will be much more on that during the working group, so this is just an appetizer in the hours. So these are the countries that are there, and the 10 countries, most of you are here, if not all, and others. And then next. This is an idea of how the caffè with Expo has designed a tour. If you go back a moment, I put as a title of this last line the idea of the that in the cluster there will be a path, there will be a journey so that you can understand the journey of coffee from the countries where you give us this great gift in your countries, to Milano or to Trieste, and what is behind a coffee cup. And this will be done in 5 steps. The plants, and you see beautiful things, but I want to give these hints so that in the afternoon you can come and taste properly how Iggy will describe with this presentation in the afternoon. There will be nature area, shipping area, roasting area, the bar area, market area, and event area. Something fantastic. Yesterday you have seen a bit of the site where we put this. But the focus is about itineraries. I'm here with my colleague Inge de Boer, and then together we shall try to give you some ideas. You know, countries receive the guide of events and the guide of the themes. So there are 2 important guides. The first was the theme guide. In the theme guide, you remember, we were talking of 5 itineraries, major itineraries, and 9 focus itineraries. Or no, focus itineraries, could be more than 9. I'm a bit taking to my side of the 9 clusters. There could be more than 9. But there are the itineraries related to themes, and then now Inge will tell you what. And then itineraries with the focus. So coffee will be an itinerary. Today we are launching the idea so that we can begin to build it up. It is not late because countries are now busy to finalize their works and their programs and their things. But I'm telling you that about 15 countries at least, they have specifically mentioned coffee as one of their focus outside the cluster. So it is an interesting element that we go across. There are more than 40 countries that are producing coffee. Many are here, coffee, they are giving us coffee. So I leave now a moment to Inge so that she tells you what is this itinerary and how we can participate in it, and how we can contribute, and how we can build up something that will take us across the 6 months. Thank you.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm going one step back to explain the concept behind the experiences and programs that we have developed to help the visitor to plan their visit on the exhibition site. Because we know that the exhibition site of Expo is really big and there's a lot of things to see. So we decided on some themes which will be offered by the visitor in different modes. As you can see, we developed experiences and focus. The experiences are thematic itineraries, let's say like this, also they are not really itineraries, that give the visitor the possibility to enjoy their visit in Expo in a very light way. So you can call it entertainment, events, shows. There are 5 experiences. One is called Life, one food, children, culture, and Expo life. Besides that, we have the focus, which I will just explain later. An experience is made out of an event schedule, which changes daily, and the thematic point of interest, which are fixed, because the thematic points of interest are the exhibitions in the pavilions of participants in Expo. We have the food experience, which people can go to show cooking, tastings, also maybe lectures, visit the food trucks on the exhibition site. The live experiences, which give the possibility to visit events, concerts, music, but also traditional dancing, for example. One experience is experience which is adapted to children and families with young children, so they can go to the children park, see foodie, or do other activities which are adapted to children. One is related to culture, which is amongst others the exhibition of the photographers of Manu in all the clusters, and of course visit some of the pavilions made by famous architects or made in a sustainable way. And the Expo lifestyle experiences which help people to choose to live in a more sustainable way or a healthy way. Let's go to the photos. As Filippo already mentioned, we still have the 5 thematic itineraries which we have communicated already years ago to the participating countries. They are the history of humanity, abundance and shortness, the future of food, taste knowledge, and sustainable food is fair world. Besides that, we have the 9 focus which follow the themes of the clusters. And also you already know, we know already the themes of the clusters. This focus starts at the cluster, so if you choose the coffee focus, you probably start at the cluster. But then we also offer the visitors to have the possibility to visit other countries which have, for example, made their own pavilion and still have in their exhibition dedicated some space to the coffee theme. Here you see a description of the coffee theme, which gives an idea of what the visitor could do during a day when he or she is following the coffee focus. So let's say you start and have a coffee in the coffee cluster, visit the countries, watch at the pictures like Manu, and then go on to Decumano and find other countries which still talk about the coffee theme. How do we offer this focus and experiences to the visitors? There are different instruments which we offer. We are about to launch a new website, which is called Visit Expo. I think you will have an explanation about this later today, some of you tomorrow, which will help the visitor to plan their visit before being in the exhibition site. We are developing an application which you can already download, so an application for your smartphone, and which will be which will be updated regularly, and there will be other functions added, and one of the functions will give you the opportunity to plan your visit. On the exhibition site there will be digital screens which help you to orientate on the exhibition site and also to choose where you want to go. And there's the possibility to choose guided visits. In order to make our digital instruments work, we need to know who is talking about which itinerary or which experience and which focus. It could be that the country is talking about more than one experience or focus. So it could be that you talk about coffee, but at the same time you also talk about cacao or anything else. So what we like to ask of the participating countries is to, especially those who are not in a cluster, to tell us if you are talking about coffee in your pavilion, and if you do, in what way. And that gives us the opportunity to insert you in the focus of cluster of coffee and help the visitors to come to your pavilion.
Thank you, Inge. So, I would like to give a few minutes, if possible, to make questions if it's not clear about the itineraries, because in the afternoon we have a work about the clusters, so we do not enter in the short class. So I'm insisting on the point that the idea today is to request to any participant, primarily countries, wherever they are in the site, they are building a survey pavilion, they are in another cluster, they are in another area, they want to participate in an itinerary, in a thematic itinerary related to coffee. because you are doing something. You have events, maybe you have an exhibition, you are exhibiting plants in your coffee plants, and you are a great producer of coffee, you like to tell your story, to narrate what you are doing, your people, your culture. Please send this interest and with some hints, with some notes to your country officers or your contact in Expo, and we shall try to build up, as Inge said, a kind of itinerary of coffee that could be offered to the visitors. An itinerary of coffee that could be updated because things are coming in and regularly offered to the countries. We are here as the cluster of coffee where there is Expo, where there is Italy, where there is country, is the point, is the source of this itinerary. So we should take care of building up this itinerary and make it something that can really help our visitor to know how beautiful, complex, rich and extraordinary and so unknown is the world of coffee. If there are questions, I'm here. Otherwise, we take the rest in the afternoon at 14:30 in Via Rovello 2, that is the Sea of Expo is just here, 100 meters from here, down in Via Dante, because this space is hosting another event. There will be the working group of coffee. You are all invited, not only the citizens of the coffee cluster, but the citizens of Expo are all invited. And then we shall have these afternoons, and then in the evening we'll meet with Illy, and we want again to meet Andrea Illy and his team. There will be Mr. Da Silva, I think Diego Tucano also in the afternoon, the representative of the International Coffee Organization. Is going to address the working group of coffee in the afternoon, and this evening is going also to address in a more simple, relaxed moment in the beautiful latte space here nearby near the La Scala. So, if there are questions, we are here to try to explain better. Otherwise, we are almost ready for relax up to 2:30, but we can begin from this. Any question? You're tired? I am.